everyone, so today I thought I would do something a little bit different and dedicate an entire video to my non-beauty favourites. And beauty is something that you should all know gets pretty much 100% of the spotlight on this channel, so I thought I would just take some time to talk about my favourite kind of fashion-y bits, some books, some other really random things. When it comes to things like lipstick and mascara and just makeup in general, I really can ramble, but when it comes to more lifestyle bits, I'm not the best at describing them, so we'll see how this goes. So my first favourite is a book, and I've literally just finished reading this morning, so it's fresh on my mind, and this is Station 11 by Emily St John Mandel, and I picked out quite a few paper books in Tesco's recently. They had a deal, something like 2 for £7, so I got a few new paperbacks, and I'm trying to get through them, and this one really stuck out to me. I really liked it. I guess you could say this is a kind of end of the world, post-apocalyptic type novel, which doesn't sound too lovely, but it was really interesting. It's basically set after a bout of, I think it's avian flu or bird flu, knocks out 99% of the population of the world, and it kind of follows different characters before that and after, and just kind of sees how they're getting on, and they all intertwine a little bit, which I think is really interesting. I really like it when books do that, so it was really great. I couldn't put it down. I think I started it 2 days ago and then read it pretty much non-stop and finished it this morning, so I really enjoyed this one. I have so many books on my to-read list this month, but I think I'm gonna have to pick up Gone Girl next, and I've had it for so long. I think I've tried to read it about 2 or 3 times, but I've never really gotten into it, and I know Gone Girl has had its hype and the film and everything, and probably about 90% of you have already read it, so please don't tell me what happened. I'm not really into kind of crimey novels and mysteries and thrillers, things like that. I'm a bit of a sci-fi nerd at heart, really, so if there's any books that you've read recently you think I might like, please let me know. And then a slightly different kind of book, I have a recipe book here from Deliciously Ella, and I feel as if I've been waiting for this book to come out for so long. I discovered Ella's blog probably about a year ago now, and I just got so into it. I've been looking for a kind of healthy alternative lifestyle recipe blog, and she's all about the kind of cutting out dairy and gluten, just eating a very clean, healthy lifestyle. And I'm definitely not a vegan, I'm not cutting out dairy and carbs and gluten, everything completely, but I like to kind of substitute a few dairy-free, gluten-free meals into my diet every now and then, because I feel it just makes me a bit more energetic and it just makes me feel better. So this book is amazing. It basically features the best bits of the blog, and there are loads of new recipes in there as well, and I think I've made about 10, maybe 15 things from here now, and they've all turned out really well, and I'm not exactly the best chef, so it's pretty foolproof. The sweet treats in here are particularly amazing. She actually has a recipe for chocolate chia seed cookies, which sound a little bit suspicious, but they taste incredible. I think I prefer them now to any other chocolate cookie or chocolate biscuit I've ever come across, so absolutely love those. You should also follow Ella on Instagram too, because her photos are just full of inspiration, and she's always doing things like Pilates and just living a really healthy, clean lifestyle, and it always makes me feel a bit more motivated to do the same, so absolutely in love with this at the moment. So sticking with the theme of healthy eating and food, I have probably the most random favourite of this whole video, and it's almond milk, and in particular the Rude Health almond milk. Like I said, I don't completely cut out dairy from my diet. I still love a bit of chocolate and cheese. Who doesn't? I don't think I could live without those two in my life, but milk is something that really kind of affects me. It doesn't really sit too well in my stomach, so if I have it with coffee, or if I have a milkshake or a bowl of cereals with milk, it just doesn't feel right. So I switched to almond milk quite a while ago, probably about 2 years, and I've always been trying to find the best one. Most of them do contain a lot of sweeteners and extra ingredients and things that I just didn't really want to be drinking. So I tried the Almond Breeze. I've been using that for a long time. I think it's called Almond Breeze. It's in the blue and red bottle, and that's really great. It has very minimal ingredients, but it's still not completely pure almonds. And then I found this one, and it's just literally got natural spring water, organic rice, almonds and cold pressed sunflower oil and a little bit of sea salt in it. So it's pretty much completely natural, no suspicious ingredients in there, and it tastes amazing. I was really surprised at how nice this tastes. It's almost quite sweet. I could happily drink a whole glass of this on its own, and I never really think that about any dairy alternatives to milk, so I'm really glad I found this. And it was just in Tesco's. I think they have it in Sainsbury's as well. That's where I've seen it so far. It is a little bit more pricey, I think, than the standard almond milks, but I'm happy to pay that for it. And I just use this a lot in kind of oatmeal, things like that, on top of granola, mainly for breakfast, and then of course in my coffee. One of the great things about almond milk as well is that almonds naturally contain a lot of vitamin E, which is really great for your skin. So I do find drinking this has definitely made my skin look brighter and fresher. It might be down to other things, it might be down to this completely, but I do really enjoy using this. So this next one could technically fall under the category of beauty, as it is from one of my favourite beauty brands, but it's more of a home type product. So I put it in this favourites video, and it's the Diptyque room spray in the scent Baies. I never really thought an expensive room spray was really something worth spending my money on, and I just generally thought they were glorified air fresheners. But when I went to Speedy's house, she had just sprayed this all around her flat, and it smelled incredible. It smelled so good, and then she told me it was this, and I had to have it. And this is definitely more of a splurge item. It's definitely a bit of a luxury one, because I think it's around the £30 mark, and I can just see you there sitting behind your screens just inhaling at how much that costs for something you spray into the air. I've had this since December though, and I've sprayed it pretty much every 3 or 4 days, and you can see I've barely used any at all. So I think this is going to last me for a really long time, and the smell is just so worth it. If you've ever had the Baies candle from Diptyque, which is probably one of their signature scents, you know how amazing it smells. I literally just spray this in a room a couple of times, and then for the next few days, at least 2 or 3 days, I can still smell it, and it's just so lovely. The only thing I wish that Diptyque would do is bring this out in a perfume. As of yet, I don't think they have anything remotely similar to it in a kind of perfume style. Let me know if they do, but I would really love to be able to spray this all over my body because it smells so lovely. Onto a few style and fashiony bits, and I have a couple of accessories here that I've been wearing loads recently, and the first one is a scarf from Asos. This could be called a scarf or it could be called a blanket because it's just absolutely huge. Look at this, just look how much scarf there is. This is their oversized knitted scarf, and I've been meaning to get one of these for absolutely ages, but I've been really struggling to pick a colour. They have some really lovely shades. In the end though, I went for grey, of course. Grey is just my favourite colour, it seems, when it comes to clothes and accessories and pretty much everything. It's a really nice material actually. It's quite thinly knit, it has, you know, more of a see-through texture to it, but it's so big and warm and cosy, and you can just wrap yourself up in it and just stay so warm. It's amazing. I feel like February has been the coldest month that we've had in the last kind of 6 months. It's been absolutely freezing. It snowed here, so scarves are definitely a necessity, and I'll be wearing this one for a long time to come, I think, because it is still pretty freezing here. It's getting a bit warmer, the sun is coming out a little bit. I've been looking at spring clothes and spring purchases, things like that, so maybe in a few weeks time, but for now the scarf stays on. And then my other style favourites are a pair of boots, and I feel as if I'm falling deeply in love with these. It's getting to a point of obsession. I haven't stopped wearing them since I got them, and they're from Air & Grace, and Air & Grace aren't a brand that I've really heard of before, but they contacted me, asked me if I wanted to pick out a pair of shoes, and of course I said yes, because shoes. And these are the Coachella boots, and they are just absolutely beautiful. I love black boots that have a wooden sole and a wooden heel, and you can kind of see the exposed wood. I think they're just absolutely beautiful. And the best thing about these is the sole. They actually have a cushioned sole, and they are incredibly comfortable to walk in. When I first put them on, I thought it was going to be just a painful day. I psyched myself up ready for kind of breaking them in and hurting my toes, but they were just so comfortable. They're so cushiony and soft and amazing, and I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. They're probably the most beautiful pair of boots that I now own, so I'm in love with these. And it is a well-known fact that a girl can never have too many pairs of black boots, of course. So last thing I wanted to talk about are some music favourites, and a lot of people do ask me what sort of music I listen to, what I'm into, and I have to say my music taste is absolutely appalling. It really is quite terrible. It usually takes me about 2 or 3 months to even get round to listening to a new album if it's just come out, and I honestly could not tell you what's in the charts right now or anything like that at all. But I do use Spotify quite a lot, and I've been really into making monthly playlists recently. So every month I just put a few songs in that I've been listening to a lot, or the ones that I want to listen to that month. So I have one for February. I will try and link it down below, or my Spotify account down below. I'm not sure how that works, or I will just list the songs that I have in here. A few of my favourites from the month though were Sia, Elastic Heart. I have had that song on repeat for pretty much the whole month of February. And then also I have a bit of James Brown on here. I've really been into James Brown this month, and also Metronomy. I've been listening to their album quite a bit this month, and I really like the song Never Wanted. I think that's really good. So there are a few of my favourites, and I'll leave it all below for you to go and check out. So that's it for all the non-beauty bits that I've been into this month. Definitely gonna say this right now, that was one of the most rambly videos I've ever made. Lots of takes, lots of outtakes. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of more chatty, different video from usual. Let me know if you'd like to see this again in the future. I might do one every couple of months just to sort of round up all the things that I've been enjoying. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon.